Like most guys my age, I grew up with comic books. And no, I don't mean Marvel, DC or any other American comics or mangas. No, even before I could read, I was going through French and Belgium comics like TinTin, Luke and Asterix. All of these series had game adaptations, but nothing was particularly well made or recent. So I was pretty excited when I heard about Demetrios, the BIG Cynical Adventure. An adventure game with a distinct European comic style that was released on almost all current consoles, including the PS Vita. Is it worth it? Well, let's find out. In Demetrios, you played Björn Tonen, an antique dealer from Paris, who finds out that he is robbed after coming home drunk. Nothing was stolen, except a certain stone tablet. The police didn't want to help, so Björn is forced to conduct his own investigation. He gets help from his neighbor Sandra and her daughter Caroline though. Together they travel to the fictional country of Nogo, where they learn more about the tablet and the ancient legends about King Demetrios. And in order to save the world, they have to find all stone tablets. This is the story in a nutshell, and it all sounds very exciting and full of action. But yeah, well, it just sounds like that. Demetrios is not an action game, it is a very chill adventure game. Its focus is not on action but on humor, and Björn is not an action hero, but rather a clumsy anti-hero. He's not even that likable, as he is occasionally mean and consistently selfish. His motivation is not to save the world, but to hook up with his neighbor Sandra. The graphics are done in 2D, in a classic adventure game kind of style like they were made in the 1990s. It looks good, but in this case also a bit lazy. They lack the detail that I would like to see in the backgrounds, and animations could have been much better as well. It is clear that we're dealing with a bit of a budget title. You can especially see this in the lack of voice acting. Even though I remembered that this game did have voice acting, it actually didn't. This means that I was immersed enough that it didn't bother me, but on the other hand, the previously mentioned 1990s adventure games all had voice acting. Why didn't this one have any? Both games are similarly priced now. The sounds and the music are, well, okay. Nothing to write home about. And to be honest, this is not why you would buy a game like this. You don't buy an adventure game for the great music and sound effects. But why would you buy this game, or play this game for that matter? This was the question I had in my head while playing Demetrios. Then I remembered the comic books that I was reading when I was a kid. They always brought me to various locations, funny situations, and adventure in general. And this was what Demetrios is trying to bring me as well. They succeed in some level, but not everything is done well. To have a great story, you need great characters. And well, Björn is a dick, Sandra is a spoiled airhead, and Caroline is a brat. There are no likable characters in this game, nor are they relatable, and this is a problem. Another problem is that the humor in this game is just not so funny. I know, this is a personal thing, but for me, it was just not very funny. A lot of piss and poo jokes. Just, yeah, not my kind of humor. And that brings me to the last point, and that is that Demetrios is just not done so cleverly. The writing nor the puzzles feel satisfying. Not that there's anything really wrong with it either, but it all has been done better before. Demetrios is just okay, but it's just not really interesting. On the other hand, there's nothing broken, it is cheap, and this is one of the few adventure games released on the PS Vita. So it seems to be perfect to play on the road maybe? So yeah, as a conclusion, Demetrios is not a really good game, but it isn't horrible either. I cannot recommend it if you want to play it on a console. I mean, there are much better and graphically more impressive games out there. But on a handheld or even on your phone, it's a decent game. And this concludes my review of Demetrios. Yes, I know, it's a very short review, but the game is very short as well. What do you think of it? Are you going to play it? I hope I didn't discourage you if you were planning to, but let me know in the comments. And have a nice day. Bye bye.